Walking in circles while thinking might look strange to someone who has never done it. It can even be amusing, like watching a person replaying the same scene in a mental movie while their feet trace tiny loops across the floor. But the behavior is more than a quirk. It reflects a fascinating connection between the body and the mind, a partnership that the brain has learned to use when navigating complex problems. To understand this, start with a simple idea. The brain works better when the body is active. Physical movement increases blood flow and oxygen to the brain, giving it fuel to think, focus, and process information. This is why taking a walk often helps solve problems or come up with new ideas. But pacing in circles adds another layer: repetition and rhythm. Circular motion is continuous, predictable, and contained. It creates a kind of scaffold for thought, a subtle framework that helps the mind organize ideas. The body is literally echoing the mental loops the brain is taking while evaluating options or weighing possibilities. Think of it this way: when someone walks in circles while thinking, their brain and body are co-pilots. The mind is navigating a complex problem, cycling through potential solutions, considering consequences, and returning to ideas that may need revision. Meanwhile, the body follows a repetitive loop, helping to synchronize attention and energy. Walking in a circle keeps the body engaged without overexertion, providing a gentle physical rhythm that aligns with the cognitive rhythm. This alignment isn't just a neat trick, it's actually supported by research. Neuroscience shows that physical movement can stimulate certain brain areas involved in problem-solving, creativity, and decision-making. The cerebellum, often thought of as controlling balance and coordination, also interacts with the prefrontal cortex, which manages planning and complex thought. Walking, or pacing, can activate these networks, subtly enhancing the brain's ability to think clearly. In other words, the body becomes a partner in reasoning, not just a passenger. Circular pacing also has a psychological function. Complex problems often create mental tension, uncertainty, worry, or the pressure of making the right choice. Walking in circles can provide a sense of control. The repeated motion is predictable, measurable, and contained. It's a small anchor for the mind amid the uncertainty of problem solving. In a way, the circle provides safety, a mental space where the brain can explore ideas without the pressure of stillness or external demands. There's also a curious connection between movement and imagination. Some psychologists suggest that the act of pacing, especially in loops, helps the mind simulate possibilities more freely. The circular motion mirrors the cyclical nature of thought. You consider one option, return to it, adjust, and try again. The body externalizes the internal loops of reasoning, creating a rhythm that makes abstract thought feel tangible. This might explain why inventors, writers, and thinkers throughout history have been observed pacing, often in repeating paths, when wrestling with problems. Individual differences also matter. Not everyone needs movement to solve problems. Some people focus best when seated, scribbling notes, or doodling. Others need large, open spaces to pace in straight lines. Circular walking seems particularly common in people who benefit from kinesthetic thinking that integrates body movement with mental processes. For them, the act of moving helps maintain focus, reduces mental fatigue, and structures problem solving in a way that sitting still cannot. Humorously, it's easy to imagine the brain as a tiny director giving instructions to the body. Keep moving, keep looping, we're circling back to that idea again. While it may look odd, this silent choreography is purposeful. Each loop, each step, is a subtle cue supporting cognition. The mind uses the body as a tool to navigate mental challenges, externalizing thought to make abstract problems more manageable. Even environmental cues can enhance this effect. Open spaces, quiet rooms, or familiar hallways give the body freedom to move without interruption. Pacing in circles becomes a predictable pattern that the brain can rely on. Unlike random movement, the circle provides containment, repetition, and continuity, a simple, structured framework that mirrors the problem-solving process itself. Finally, walking in circles can reduce mental stress and anxiety. Problem-solving often involves doubt, hesitation, or frustration. Continuous movement provides a rhythm that is calming yet stimulating, balancing arousal and relaxation. It allows the brain to stay engaged without becoming overwhelmed. By pacing, the thinker creates a dynamic mental environment where complex ideas can be explored safely and efficiently. In short, walking in circles while solving problems is not random. It is the brain's way of using the body as a tool, synchronizing physical rhythm with cognitive loops. Movement increases blood flow, activates key neural networks, organizes thought, reduces stress, and mirrors the cyclical nature of mental processing. The mind and body work together, each supporting the other, to make problem-solving smoother, more structured, and often more creative. By now, we understand that walking in circles while solving problems is more than a quirky habit. It's a sophisticated dance between mind and body, a subtle tool the brain uses to manage complex thinking. But there's one more layer that makes this behavior fascinating: the subconscious patterns that drive it, and what they reveal about focus, attention, and human cognition. Much of this behavior happens without conscious awareness. People rarely decide to walk in circles as a deliberate strategy. Instead, it emerges spontaneously when the brain encounters a difficult problem. Subconsciously, the mind identifies that movement might help. The body becomes a support system for thought. The pacing forms a rhythm, the loops form a predictable pattern, and the brain interprets these cues as a scaffold for reasoning. Essentially, the subconscious says, "We'll think better if we move." Repetition plays a key role here. Circular motion is easy to sustain and predictable. It allows the brain to focus on mental loops without worrying about navigation or coordination. Each turn, each step, reinforces attention and concentration. Over time, this becomes habitual. Someone who often paces while thinking may do so automatically whenever faced with a challenging problem, without consciously choosing to do it. It becomes a physical extension of their thinking process. Interestingly, circular pacing also mirrors the structure of internal thought. Problem solving is rarely linear. The mind cycles through ideas, revisits possibilities, and loops back to points it initially overlooked. The external movement reflects this mental pattern. Walking in circles is not just exercise, it is a physical representation of iterative thinking, a way to make abstract mental loops visible in space. The body becomes an external canvas for internal reasoning. There's also a focus-enhancing effect. Circular movement seems to help filter distractions. When a person paces, they occupy a small, controlled space where motion and rhythm dominate. This steady pattern draws attention inward, allowing the mind to concentrate on the problem at hand. The repetitive motion acts as a subtle cue for the brain to stay engaged, providing structure in an otherwise overwhelming mental landscape. It's a little like creating a mini workspace in motion. Another factor is emotional regulation. Problem solving often comes with stress. The pressure to find an answer, the uncertainty of multiple possibilities, or the fear of failure. Circular walking can reduce tension. The rhythm and predictability of movement are calming, almost meditative. They provide a subtle sense of control, even when the problem itself is complex or ambiguous. By pacing, the thinker creates a dynamic yet stable environment in which cognitive processes can unfold more smoothly. This behavior also reveals something about how the mind externalizes thought. Humans often use physical actions to support mental work, tapping a finger, doodling, gesturing, or moving while thinking. Walking in circles is a larger-scale version of this principle. The body acts as a medium for thought, translating invisible neural activity into observable action. Watching someone pace in a loop, you can actually see their thought process in motion. It's like watching abstract reasoning take shape in three-dimensional space. Importantly, this doesn't mean circular pacing is superior to other methods of thinking. Some people solve problems best while sitting, drawing, or even lying down. The behavior simply reflects a particular cognitive style, one that integrates body movement with mental processing. It highlights the diversity of human thinking strategies and demonstrates that focus, creativity, and problem-solving can take many forms. The social dimension is subtle but interesting. Observing someone pacing signals to others, and sometimes to themselves, that deep cognitive work is happening. The loops, the steps, the gestures, all of it communicates intensity, engagement, and the effort of thinking. It's a visible manifestation of mental labor, a bridge between internal thought and external perception. Without saying a word, the body tells a story of concentration, iteration, and problem solving. Finally, circular walking illustrates a broader psychological principle. The mind seeks patterns, rhythm, and coordination. Whether through movement, writing, or repetition, people naturally look for ways to structure thought and organize attention. Pacing in circles is one way this manifests physically. It's a subtle reminder that thinking is rarely purely abstract. It often benefits from tangible, external anchors that support focus and reflection. So, the next time you see someone walking in circles while thinking, remember, this isn't restlessness, impatience, or oddity. It's a window into the mind at work, a visible sign of complex cognitive processes happening beneath the surface. The loops, steps, and rhythm reveal the subconscious coordination of thought, body, and environment, all working together to tackle challenging problems. And if you've ever done it yourself, take comfort in knowing your body is helping your brain think, literally putting the mind in motion. Walking in circles while solving problems is, in the simplest terms, a reminder that human cognition is embodied. Thinking isn't just in the head, it involves the body, environment, and subconscious cues. Each loop is a strategy, each step a subtle tool for focus, and the entire motion a reflection of the brain's remarkable ability to coordinate action and thought. It's a small, everyday behavior that gives us a peek into the incredible partnership between mind and body, a partnership we often take for granted.